Yo, what's going on YouTube? A lot has changed. There's two loadouts. There's new chest augments. There's a lot changed in DC. DC's looking really good right now. I'm really loving it. I haven't been on a lot, but I'm loving the game. I get on when I can, and I stream when I can. Another thing, I be streaming, so I'm gonna put that in the description so y'all can look at that. Y'all can watch me if y'all want to. Highly recommend it. But what am I bringing y'all today? I'm bringing y'all a updated Rage Tank 2 loadout tray guide. I'm gonna show some gameplay, but I'm gonna run down all the white mods and the skill points and the loadout of what you want to be running and the allies and the arts. I'm gonna run down everything for y'all. My boy LV made a Rage Tank guide already, but that was before 2 loadouts came out. I'll put his link in the description as well, because he goes into a lot more detail. So if I miss anything, you can go to his video, and if he missed anything, you can come to my video, and vice versa. But let's start with hallways. When you're doing the hallways, right? Whatever raid you're doing, there's hallways where there's ads, there's mosh pits, it's not the boss fight yet, hallways. Let's start with white mods. White mods this is your gear for hallways and bosses, but let's go for white mods. White mods, you want absorption adapter. It gives you like a little baby shield. Has a chance to give you baby shield. Head mod, you want ultimate supercharge because you're gonna be using ISIS for boss fights and dash attack for hallways, and we'll go over that in the loadout section. Neck, fortified assault, increase your defense while not blocking. Back, you actually want accelerated ire. See, I don't have it in there because I be DPSing and tanking on this tune. You would want accelerated ire. Wait for your tanking, for main tanking. Me, I just swap them out whether I'm DPSing or tanking. So accelerated ire, you want for that one. Chest mod, you want ultimate hardy. Legs, there's no mod that really matters. Feet, tumbling master. Hands, max damage because I DPS on this tune as well. Right. Arts, you want scrap of the soul cloak. You want manacles. Why do you want manacles? Because it decreases the cooldown of all your shields by 10%. And with the 2 loadouts, you're going to be running a lot of shields. Doesn't matter what tank power you are. But right now, Rage, you can run at least, what is it, 4 shields? So you definitely want manacles on. Mystic, because it gives you 5% defense for each enemy within 5 yards and maximum of 20% defense. So on hallways, you want Mystic. Manacles, of course. Mystic for sure because it gives you 20% defense permanently, because there's always probably going to be, 5 ads around you. So last pit, Distill Refractor. Distill Refractor, it gives you health. Well, it gives you and your teammates health when you do a pull move. And when you're tanking, you're always going to have a pull move on, so why not? You're going to help the group buff them up, because not buff them up, but if the troll's running Tetrahedron, which he should be, or he or she should be, whoever the troll is, running Tetrahedron, this will buff the troll's health to buff the group's might. So you want to be running that. Alright. That is hallway. Let's do the hallway loadout. It doesn't change that much, because you really don't need that much. Hallways, like, you're not dying as Rage on hallways. It's not really happening. You want Rage Bringer as your pull. This goes towards the Distilled Refractor artifact. When you do a pull, it gives health to you and your teammates based on your dominance. Right? Severe punishment. This is like the main mechanic in Rage. You pop your severe. All the damage you take, you heal back, but you have to rage crash it or rage cancel it with either Dreadful Blast or Eviscerating Chain. But ire, this is a group breakout. This gives you and your teammates immunity for a certain amount of time, so that if an ad is stunning them, or if you miss an ad, it doesn't stun them. Basically, it gives your group immunity, and it gives you immunity, so you want to pop this right before your severe gets to it's like 7 o'clock, like where his arm is. You want to pop this right before, and then you're gonna rage cancel. And you can also hold, if y'all didn't know, you can hold Dreadful Blast. Like, let me do it again. So you're doing this right. You go into your ads, you pop your ire. If you miss it, you can hold it. And that also goes towards the rage crash cancel. If you guys didn't know that, you could hold Dreadful Blast, the combo, and it'll go towards that cancel if you miss it. To miss the timing. Without Mercy, so you can group the ads better. Dash attack, so you're moving a lot faster. Second loadout, Ragebringer, Severe Punishment, Remorseless Recovery. This, if you just pop these, you can clip these two together. When you clip these two together, you don't have to worry about rage canceling at all. Like, you don't have to worry about it. That's why it's really nice. In certain situations, if you have a lot of ads, you don't even have to worry about using your Dreadful Blast. You gotta redirect your rage, Hardlight Shield, and Magma Vortex. What does Magma Vortex do? Magma Vortex is a pull. It groups your enemies. It's kind of like a, if you've ever been fire and you fire tanking, it's like a fire tank pull. It doesn't pull them towards you, but the animation is very similar to it, where it groups them all up in one, but it doesn't pull them towards you. So that's what oh, actually it does. I didn't know that. So it does pull them towards you. That was cool. I didn't know that. I really don't be paying attention when I'm tanking that much. So I would just be in the zone. But yeah. But what does Magma Vortex do? Magma Vortex gives you magma armor for 6 seconds. It's 10% defense. It's like, why not? Why would you not use it? You have 2 loadout trays. You have 10% defense for 6 seconds, and the cooldown is 12 seconds. So you have 10% defense for every 6 seconds, and you wait another 6 seconds. You have another 10% defense. Like, why not have it? And you can group your ads better, right? And allies are looking like this. You could really put Superboy to do damage and help the group burn faster. Or you could put Batman Last, he's good for AoE too. Or Lex Luthor, he's actually good for AoE too. But me, I just put Static because you see right there, it gives you protection. Protects you with 30% damage reduction, scrap shield for 10 seconds. So you have a scrap shield for 10 seconds, and he also does it, I think, twice. So you get that twice. So 20 seconds of a 30% damage reduction scrap shield, which isn't bad. And this depends on what raid you're doing with Beanie Plus. Like if you're in the parking lot with all those ads, like me, I'll pop that ally, have a shield, and have all my stuff up so I won't die. I can pull as many ads as I want. Professor Zoom, you want him for hallway so you can move as fast as possible. Why do you want to move as fast as possible? Me, in the groups I run, there's fast burn. The tank needs to be fast. He needs to pull the ads fast. You need to do everything fast, basically. So you want him. You can do it at 6 because it's very cheap. But you don't have to. I have him at 8. This is my ult. I don't really need him to have at 10. But 6 is a sweet swap because it's very cheap. And you get a lot of value out of that. What else? Superman. What does Superman do? Using a group breakout ability gives you and all teammates 35% damage reduction shield. So every time you pop your ire, which is your group breakout, it gives you and your team a 35% damage reduction shield. If you are not using Superman for hallways and boss fights, you shouldn't be tanking. He should always be on. He helps your group not die. And it's really not your job as a tank for your group not to die, but kind of is. When you're in hallways, you're going to be pulling little ads. Make sure no ads are hitting the group. Make sure you group up with ads. Make sure they're not stunning the group and stuff like that. But you're not healer. You're not keeping your group alive. Make sure nothing hits your group. And this helps. Because what if an ad does get loot and it hits your group? And they have that shield up in that one hit that the ad hits them with, it might save their life. So you always want to have Superman on. But what I will go over? White mods, arts, loadout. Okay. Boss fights. White mods, same thing, of course. Arts going to be a little bit different. Distill Refractor gives you health. Blah 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 based on your dominance. Manacles, of course, for your shields, because you're going to be running like 4 shields with rage. If you have the where is it? If you have the White Lantern Ring augment, I think you get a shield out of that. I think it is. I'm not sure. I haven't bought it. I'm not buying that out. I don't think it's that worth it. I'll get it eventually. What are you running? Well, boom, 1 shield, 2 shield, There's only 2 shields right now, but anyways, you can run 3 shields with rage. Actually, you could run more shields if you really want to. You can run Amazon deflection. It should be another. You could really use Neo too because it gives you 90% defense. But we're not even gonna get into that. We're just gonna stick to what we're talking about for right now. The arts, Steel Refractor, Manacles, Heart of Isis. Very good art for tanking. Very good. Keeps your team alive. Keeps you alive. Gives you a lot of stats. One of my boys is going to make a video on it. I'm not even going to get into this art. If you are a tank, I'm not going to say this is a must-have, but it's a very good art. It's good for DPSing too. But tanking, very good. You really want this art. You could really tank a whole raid with probably Heart of Isis and Manacles on. Because, yeah. But anyways, Last Pit gives you, you basically have like God mode if you hit 0% health. And you have to get healed up to, what is it, 90% or something? I don't know. I'm not reading all that. I'm not breaking down the arts. I'm just telling you guys what you're going to use. So scrap goes towards your Isis because you're going to be using supercharged with Isis. And then, yeah. Alright, loadout. For boss fights. Alright. Ragebringer, Severe Punishment, Ire, Redirect your Rage. This is your Heart of Isis. And you're going through. Where is he at? This is your Heart of Isis, right? You're popping all that. Okay. Eviscerating Chain. I'm gonna show you. Well, you want both of these in when you're tanking bosses because you have 2 chances to rage cancel your Severe Punishment if you miss it. But this is just like a just in case. But I like using Eviscerating Chain because I use an ally that goes towards him. And I'll show you guys that. Magma Vortex, Severe Punishment, Remorseless Recovery, Without Mercy, Harlot Shield, and Dreadful Blast. You want Without Mercy here because depending on the raid you're running, if there's ads, you don't have to switch your armories for an ad loadout. You can have everything in one loadout, like with the 2 loadout trays. That's why I'm showing you guys this video. Well, displaying what I use at least. And then you guys are watching the video. But, yeah. What else? What was I about to show you? I'm gonna show you guys gameplay at the end. You can watch it or not watch it. I'll have timestamps so you can skip to what you got, what you guys want to. But I think that's the allies. Yeah, allies for boss fights. You want John Constantine. Why do you want John Constantine? It gives you 10% defense and 18% might to your group. Might doesn't really matter for you as tanking. You're not doing damage. You're keeping the bosses on you. But gives you 10% defense and all your group members 10% defense. It's very underrated. I mean, everyone that's endgame knows that, but most people that don't have them don't know that. But he gives you and your teammates 10% defense and 18% might to all your DPS, which is very important because it helps the burn go quicker, helps you finish the raid faster. And he does it twice. He pops a pool. Where is he at? I'll show you right now. Uncut video. There's gonna be no skips in this video. It's uncut. So boom, he's gonna pop that right there. He's giving you 10% defense and 18% might. Might doesn't really matter. You could do like a battle tank spec, but I'm not gonna get into all that. We're just doing straight full tank. But very good ally for boss fights because it helps you and it buffs your group. Superman, like I said, with the hallway loadout, you want him on at all times because you're always gonna have your ire on, so you might as well have an ally that supports you use your ire. Toxic Encore. Why do you have Toxic Encore? You're hitting an enemy below 45% health with the finisher, arms your next finisher with a Toxic Bomb. So you basically, what does the Toxic Bomb do? The release Toxic Bomb lower the defense of nearby enemies by 7% for 10 seconds. So you get a 7% defense debuff on your boss, whatever raid you're running, of course. And that defense debuff makes your DPS's hit way harder. And if I'm not mistaken, this procs regardless, because I've ran with this a couple times. It procs even when they're not below 45% health. It might not work right now, but when I'm in raids it sometimes bugs out and procs regardless. That's why I run it. You could run Future Lex, the increased dominance, restoration vigilant by 50% for 50 seconds when below 50% health. But me, when I'm tanking, especially boss fights, I'm all about buffing the group as much as possible. Another alternative you could do is you could take out Laz, or actually you could take out. You could probably take out Laz or Scrap. You could take out one of these two, and then you could put in Philosopher's Stone, because Philosopher's Stone, it gives you, it gives you and your group a double the duration of the health, regeneration, the damage buff, and power free casting. So what does that look like? Because it could look like this, and you could have this on. This is basically like it's a buff tank loadout. You're basically buffing your group as much as you can, making your DPS hit harder. Where is my supply drop? Let me see. Here we are. I don't know why you're in here, but I'll show y'all what this P Stone does. What does your P Stone do? Let's go to it. Supply drop, 20% damage, bonus field for 16 seconds. Superpowers cost 0. So basically, the P Stone, it gives you that 20%. Is it 20% damage? Yeah, 20% damage for 16 seconds instead of 8. And you get your health regeneration and power free casting. So anyone that's standing in that P Stone, any power they're using costs no power, and they have a double damage buff for 16 seconds. So they're doing 20% more damage for 16 seconds, and they double their duration of their health, right? That's this section where it starts at the double the duration. That goes to you and towards the group. So you could do a big buff tank loadout. Buff tank arts with P Stone, Scrap, Hard Vices, Manacles, just Steel Refractor. But me, I just keep it nice and casual, nice and safe, put in last. 1 or 2, I would put P Stone in. Or really, I could take out Manacles and put P Stone right there. That's what I used to have it as. But I would just keep it casual. I'm not really doing speed runs. I don't really do all that. So, but I think I went over everything I wanted to go through. This might be a long video, but I'll put timestamps. Y'all can watch what you want to watch, or don't watch at all. Do your thing. I make videos to help the community, help people that don't know. We need more tanks in this game. I know that. This is an alt. I don't even tank main. This is just an alt. I like to play every role in the game. And yeah, we need more tanks in the game. So, hope this video helps. I'll put the gameplay of the raid I just ran. It was a clean run. There was one person that died twice. The first death was definitely my fault, because we were in hallways and he died, and you'll see in the video if you watch the clip, of course. But his first death was my fault. He got LOS'd, and then the second death he got LOS'd again, but it was more because Grundy was towards the middle, and he was like in the middle of Grundy and Martian Manhunter, so he got killed there. But that was the only 2 deaths in the game I'm about to show you. But hey, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
By proselytes compassion.
Death is a part of the natural order of things. And Necron seriously overstepped his bounds. We'll have to find a way to send him back to the land of the unliving, or the worst case